The Polarizing Life and Legacy of Anita Bryant. Hey there, folks! Welcome back to Trending Moment. Now, if you're new here, you're in for a treat because today we're diving into the fascinating life of Anita Bryant, a singer, entertainer, activist, and someone who has left her mark in quite a divisive way. Buckle up because this story has it all: glamour, controversy, and pies to the face. Yep, you heard that right. But before we dive in, be sure to give that like button a little tap. It's like sending good vibes to the algorithm. And don't forget to comment and subscribe to join our Trending Moment Now family. All right, let's do this. Let's rewind to 1940, when little Anita was born in Oklahoma. At the tender age of 12, she was already on TV. 12. At 18, Miss Oklahoma. Honestly, some of us were just mastering tying our shoelaces when she was conquering beauty pageants. Then came her big musical break. Hits like Paper Roses until There Was You rocketed her to fame. Imagine bagging chart toppers while most of us are struggling with karaoke. And now, folks, it's time to tune in to one of her amazing songs. Stay with us and we'll be back to continue our conversation shortly. Her career was on fire in the 60s and 70s. She was the glamorous voice behind Florida's iconic orange juice commercials, performed for U.S. troops with Bob Hope, and even headlined the Super Bowl halftime show in 1971. Yup, she was America's sweetheart with a smile that could charm your morning OJ right out of the fridge. But if life were a Hollywood script, this is where we'd cue the dun 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 music, because things were about to take a real dramatic turn. Fast forward to the late 70s, Anita wasn't content being just an entertainer. Nope, she entered the political arena, but not as your run-of-the-mill celebrity activist. Oh no, she spearheaded a campaign called Save Our Children, aimed at repealing a Miami-Dade County ordinance that prohibited discrimination based on sexual orientation. Anita framed it as a moral duty to protect the kids. Critics, of course, saw it differently. Many accused the campaign of being a thinly veiled salvo against LGBTQ rights. And let's just say, she sparked outrage like a firecracker tossed into a can of gasoline. One thing you can't deny about Anita: she had a knack for drama. When the ordinance got repealed, she didn't pump the brakes. Nope, she pushed for similar measures, including a failed California law banning pro-homosexual content in schools. Her crusade sparked protests from coast to coast, at times so intense they made 70s disco fever look chill in comparison. Ah, the infamous pie incident. During a press conference, someone lobbed a cream pie at her face. Look, I'm not condoning violence, but let's be honest. That moment carved its way into the highlight reel of protest history. And folks, Anita's reaction was pure Broadway. She prayed for the pie guy right then and there. Inspiring? Maybe. Messy? Absolutely. This brings us to the fallout. While Anita stood her ground, the consequences were swift and brutal. Remember how she was the darling of Florida orange juice ads? Well, the LGBTQ community organized massive boycotts, or as they brilliantly called them, gaycotts. Sales plummeted, and poor Anita got dropped as their spokesperson faster than you can say freshly squeezed. Anita and her family became targets, receiving hate mail, threats, and weirdly enough, even voodoo dolls in their mailbox. Her once glittering career? Pretty much toast by 1980. The TV gigs, the music, the commercial sponsorships, all gone. But here's the kicker. In 2011, decades later, she was still standing by her actions, saying, "I did the right thing." Like her or not, you've got to admit, the woman had conviction by the truckload. So, here we are. Decades later, Anita Bryant's legacy remains, well, complicated. On the one hand, she was a talented singer and entertainer who brought joy to millions. On the other hand, her activism hurt a lot of people, and for many, her name is tied to discrimination. But here's a fun little twist of irony. Her controversial campaigns arguably fired up the LGBTQ rights movement in ways she definitely didn't intend. People galvanized against her efforts, and that resistance laid groundwork for major progress in human rights. Life is messy, folks. People aren't just good or bad. They're a big swirl of both, like vanilla ice cream with hot sauce poured on top. You might not like the taste, but you can't deny it's fascinating. Anita's story? An absolute case study in complexity. From pageant queen to cultural lightning rod, her life shows us how one person's actions can ripple out in ways even they might not predict, for better or worse. All right, that's it for today's deep dive into the fascinating, controversial life of Anita Bryant. What do you think about her legacy? Are there heroes and villains here? Or is it all just one big tangle of historical spaghetti? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Seriously, we'd love to hear what you've got to say. And hey, if you found this video insightful or even just mildly entertaining, go ahead and give that like button a gentle boop. Share it with your friends, and of course, smash that subscribe button to become part of the Trending Moment Now family. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and I'll catch you in the next one.